Okay guys, let's see what we got here. I got this valve cover off. If you can see that, you can see the V8 is almost to the top. The R to the left and the L, when this is all sitting level, they're supposed to be on a horizontal plane. In other words, level. The V8 should be at the very peak. So we're really close. It's like at, I don't know what you'd call that, 11:30 probably. It's almost in 12 o'clock position. Now let's look at the other one. It's just like almost 9 o'clock or 9:30. So we jumped. Somehow when I did all that, we jumped. So, what a fun little job that is. There's 3 points to time these. One is on the main chain, and you line that one up, which I'm not going to get in there, I hope. I have to tear the whole motor apart to get in there and the whole timing cover off. I don't want to do that. So, I'm hoping the main chain didn't jump. Pretty sure just the one chain jumped. I'm pretty positive of that. I don't know, maybe both jumped, but let's not look at the worst case scenario at the moment. Anyway, all that to say, the driver's side and the passenger side cam sprockets each have a timing mark, and there's also a special link in the chain that has a different color that should line up with the yellow dot on each of the sprockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up, get it up in a point, and then take it from there. And then I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get that chain to line up. I have a feeling this chain, the dot's not going to line up because I think it jumped on the inner chain, on the inner sprocket. So we'll see what we have to do to get it lined back up again. So I got my little wood crammed down in there, hopefully going to keep that tensioner spread open. Turn it with this channel lock. I got to find out where that dowel is. I got that balanced out right there. But once I get past that point, it's probably going to try to spring out. Where is that dowel? Yeah, it just slipped out on me. You see it spring? There's the dowel. It's right there. Just got to turn it a little hair and get it on there. There it is. Let's see what happens. I feel like I'm lining up a shot on a trophy buck. Oh, I just moved. There's my wrench. Oh, it's pressing it on. I can see it going on. Okay, so cam's staying there now. Okay, looks like I got it. I've got the V8 on top, and I got my dowel. You can see it right there in the slot of the sprocket. What a pain in the neck that was to line up, but I got it. So I'm going to put the bolt in and actually torque it down to 90 pounds. Okay, I did not put the valve covers back on, but I got things timed up. I probably ought to bump things over and see what things do, but you know what? I'm just going to jump in, hit the key, and see what it says. And I'm also going to see what the code reader says, see if I'm back in phase. If I'm out of phase, that means that I jumped time in the main chain, and I'm going to have to go in. I'm just going to have to tear the front of the whole motor apart. So pretty much this is getting to be my last chance on this thing. I'm going to put you over here and let you listen for it to start up. See if we got some better luck starting up. I think that's what we wanted to hear. Ha ha! It actually started. It started. Oh my God. All right, gonna have to do the happy dance. Because I like to hear it start again. Because it started for just a second and then it shut right off. No clacks, no clangs. Okay, the crank's reading crank difference minus 1.3, so it is a hair out. But I think anything in the low single digits, I think we're okay. I don't think we're gonna expect a whole lot better than that. Let's try it again. All right, it runs. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but you know what? These things are funny. They're gonna have to relearn the PCM and all that. So I'm going to button it back together, start it up, let it run till it warms right up, and then take it from there. Then we'll see. I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, I was pretty happy when this thing fired up, but now it runs like garbage. Smoked up the whole garage with just rich smoke. Some of that is probably all the gas and junk I pumped down the pipes when I was trying to start it before. But it started, it runs really rough. It sounds like it's got a dead cylinder. I went down and saw my buddy Tim down at TJ's Auto. Tim's a sharp character. He told me, use your infrared gun on the exhaust manifold as you go by and see which cylinder's not running. Well, according to what I just witnessed from that when I had the motor running, the last one on this side seemed dead. So we're gonna tear into that. But in the meantime, I go to crank it again and the check gauges light was on and the oil pressure's down to nothing. I'm like, what? So, the first thing you ever look at is the sending unit. And I'm thinking, what the heck? I'm not getting oil pressure now, or is it just a sender? What's going on? So I did a little test on the sender. Let me show you what I did. Sometimes it pays to have junk around the place. So I set up a little hose attachment to my sending unit, crank it right up to 60. That should trigger it, I'm guessing. Because it would not trigger before. I've tried it. It occurs to me that if I cross ground with a single prong in here, I should see something on my own meter. I wouldn't know what, but something. Oh, there it goes. It's going now. Wow, it's crossing right out now. So it started working again. This didn't do this before. Oh my goodness. If I plug that on there, what's it gonna do? So now it doesn't read anything. I don't get it. I don't get it. And this works because if I do that, it changes my meter. So why, if I go like that, there's no air pressure on it. Now it's reading dead short. Ay, 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 I don't know. This doesn't make any sense to me at all now. I don't know how it works. All I know is it wasn't working at all before. Now it seems like it's working. Maybe I'll screw it back in, plug it in, see if I get oil pressure. Hey guys, I crawled under the truck and stuck that back in there. I plugged the connector back on, and let's see what our oil pressure gauge does when I turn the key on. I'm guessing it's gonna peg it, but I don't know. Okay, just lift it a little bit. Just like, you know, just base pressure. And my oil pressure on this guy, if you can read that, so it says low pressure. Well, let me crank it, see what happens. Maybe it'll pop up. Still saying low pressure. I don't know what the deal is, guys. Do I have no oil pressure now? Well, no, it doesn't want to run. It's like flooded or something. Let's see what happens if I could start it again. No oil pressure. Runs ratty, but you know what? It's not rattling and rattling. We also cranked the motor over with the pressure sender out, and guess what? Oil shot out. So it doesn't mean there's a lot of pressure or anything, but I don't know. Of all the, you know, it's funny how something totally unrelated or seemingly unrelated comes creeping up to bite you in the butt. Right now I'm draining the water back out. I gotta get 2 gallons of antifreeze in it so that I can get it fired up and running enough to get it to circulate water. Gotta get her up to full temperature, and then I'm driving this thing out of here. It's gonna stay out of the garage until I get my patience back. Because even the oil pressure thing is driving me nuts. It's not clattering, it's not noisy, but the oil pressure drops down, says check gauges, and it comes back. Something screwy going on there. So I'm gonna get it out for now. I got a lot of other things I gotta do. Plan on taking a little trip with the wife, Atlanta and Florida, and take a little, maybe a 10-day walkabout, and come back and maybe I'll attack it after that. But I gotta get the Jag in here so I can get it ready for our trip. So that's what I gotta work on too, so I gotta get this out of here today. That's the plan. Well guys, I hate to have to admit it, but I think what I have here is a fail. It's not banging or anything, I got no oil pressure. It won't stay idling. I'm just trying to get the engine temperature up to where, there you go, check gauge light's on because there's no oil pressure. This thing is running so badly, I don't even know what to call it. I want to get the temperature up to where I know the antifreeze is mixing in with the water. It's got brand new antifreeze in it. I didn't dare shove it out with just water in it, obviously. It's going to get too cold for that. And well, you can hear it, and it won't idle. If I let off the gas, it stalls. It's not banging though. So it doesn't sound loud like there's no oil pressure, but maybe it's just a gauge. I don't know. It's not the sending unit, I put a new one in it. Sounds terrible. Nah, I don't know what to do with it. I guess I'd pull the motor since there's showing no oil pressure, something freaky there. Still not rattling. Oh, it's running so rough. No, there's a couple dead cylinders. It's starting to sound noisy. It just sounds worse. Just sounding worse. I think I got me a pile of junk. Well, ain't that a hoot? That's the waste of the water I put in it. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. I guess if I'd have tightened up the cam bolt, it would have not happened this way, but I got a pile of junk on my hands. So I'm going to see how I can get it out across the street and just get it out of the barn. Huh, it's running now. It's one sick puppy. Hey guys, back in my shop today. I just wanted to tell you quick about the Dodge Ram 1500 with the 4.7. So now I'm down to the point where I got no oil pressure and it's clacking. Well, it's starting to clack and it just doesn't run right at all. So I just drove it out. It's out of the barn, but I had a couple days to think about it. And I think more than likely what I'm going to do with that is just go ahead and find another running gear to put under it. You know, I'll find like either a Cummins truck or something to put that cab on. That might be a way to go. That'll maximize the value of it because Cummins trucks are always worth a lot of money. So if I can find one with a rotten cab, I can fix it up and make a really nice truck out of it. You know, if it's got a decent frame. The other thing I might do is find a stick truck. I kind of want to, I'd love to have a Hemi 5-speed. Of course, the Hemis with the 5-speed came in the 3/4 ton trucks. So, I don't know. I'm just going to look. Right now, it's going to be on the back burner until I trip over some better, higher use for it. And that's what I'm going to do. My own fault. I really goofed up when I didn't tighten up those cam bolts. That was a major, major mistake. It let those cams slip, and I'm pretty sure a couple valves clipped. They didn't clip bad, just enough to bend them a little bit. Now you don't get a piston seal, and you're screwed. So I could tear it down. That's another option. I could tear it all down, pull the motor out, tear it apart, pull the heads off, but then I also have to chase down why it's got low oil pressure. And if it's got low oil pressure because something didn't bolt down tight when I put the girdle back on the bed plate, I don't know. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. Share, like, subscribe, and help me build the channel. Thanks a lot, guys. See you on the next one.